My topic I wanted to look into was the effectiveness of a high school degree in today's society. This topic came to me from the article in the Simmons pack, and I was reading A Word Without Work. During the article, Derek Thompson talks about how the leading company in today's society, Google, only employs 1/10 of the workforce that AT&T employed in 1964 when they were the leading company in telecommunications. This is very surprising to me because I saw that even though with such a decrease in jobs, like what makes a employee stand out to another employee when they're trying to get the job? Employers are now looking at the smallest details when hiring a new employee. But I also read in a stimulus packet in a speech from President Nixon that he says in the article that no job is minimal. But however, what makes the job minimal? So with a high school degree in today's society, even though it's like a minimal, like it's a low-paying job, can it make a person succeed in today's life? So my research has led me to conclude that college degrees are necessary in today's society. Pretty much, I've looked at multiple viewpoints, and one of them is the development of a high school degree throughout the society. Now, 30% of jobs in today's society that were once filled by high school students are now being filled by college graduates. This is crazy to me because just the change throughout society and how people have been getting more and more education, and even the smallest details matter. Also, 20% of the bachelor degree jobs are now being filled by masters. So you can just see the changing in society. Also, I looked at since 1930, the average years a student went to school was 8.3 years, and in 1993, the average years of school was 13 years. Even though this article only goes up to 1993, it shows that the increase throughout the years, it shows that it's so credible because it just shows an increase. And even though it was 24 years ago, it still shows that the increase and the more prevalent of schools in today's society, it just shows that it increases more and more. So also, the implications of having a school, according to Philip Elliott, who's a journalist who covers education, politics, the White House, and campaign finance, he found that Massachusetts Wheatley College had $50,000 in red ink expenses. This shows that how expensive college is from the price they show on their website, like $20,000 per semester. That just shows that underlying those expenses, there's about $50,000 more that you're going to have to pay, leading to student debt and other things. And however, in 2006, high school graduates made, on average, $595 per week, compared to $960 per week for a college graduate. This is almost double per week that a college graduate is making compared to a high school graduate. This just shows that although it costs a lot of debt and a lot of money to go to college, in the long run, you're able to pay it off and be able to succeed later in life because you won't have to worry about the financial burdens of the college debt that it has on you. According to the graph, over the course of 36 years, the amount of tuition in a private university has risen about $15,000, almost $420 per year. This just shows that high school graduates in, let's just say 1988, there were a lot more high school graduates because college wasn't as prevalent as it is in today's society. It had risen the cost because more people have been wanting to go to college and take the extra steps. So more and more employees are wanting to go to college and get the extra education. So for the futuristic implications of going to college, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, a government-run organization under the Department of Labor, shows that a person with a high school degree is twice as likely to be unemployed compared to a college degree. This is major in today's society because being unemployed means that you have no financial background to support your family, your kids, or anything. So even just the twice as likely chance that you'll be able to get a job compared to a person with a high school degree is a major statistic showing that they are able to get something that a high school degree isn't able to get. With this graph, it shows that Americans are starting to borrow a lot more money. So this is getting people into a lot of debt. The debt has risen throughout the years for about 12 years, and the debt that students are accumulating from college has almost doubled. This shows that debt is a major implication of people going to college, but throughout the years of them being able to get a better job and better money standpoint, it shows that they're able to pay it off quicker, even though the debt has risen. So this has made me wonder about the solutions that the government can take or that people can take in order to get out of debt and go to college without the implications of it. One solution I found that government could operate all the colleges. So this would be very hard work for the government to manage all the colleges, obviously, and choose what core values they want to present in the colleges and all the money to supply the colleges. However, it reduces the burden of the college students because it allows the students to pick a college without worrying about the financial burden, because since the government's running it, they may be able to provide a little cheaper of a institution. Now, some implications of this is that it may be undemocratic to the people because it shows that we're kind of going to communism because the government's running all the institutions. However, with the government running them, they run high schools. The government runs regulations and makes sure that they have their hand in high schools. So if they just have the hand in college, it may be able to give them the less of a burden to pay for the college and to make it easier on the students to make up for the money. Another solution I found is that making college mandatory. So everyone has high school as a mandatory. You have to go to high school or you have to get a GED. The government makes it. So with making college mandatory, it will still provide a democratic competitiveness between colleges. You could either go to Cincinnati State or you could go to Harvard. It wouldn't matter. They would still provide a competition through the colleges. Also, it's easier for students to get an education because they have less stress remaining on them that the parents have to say, oh, you have to choose to go to college. You have to choose to go to college. Well, now I have to go to college because it's mandatory. Although this may take hits on the economic and education guidelines, it will provide an easier situation for the government to provide a less burden on the students. So my argument has concluded that now more than ever that with an average of $30,100 per student borrowed in student loans in 2015, that this government needs to do something about student debt and making high school graduates take a further step to get a college degree, since it's becoming more and more prevalent to get a college degree in today's society.
Okay, thank you. Can you talk about the validity and reliability of the sources that you used, and how do you know?
Yes, I got most of my sources from major databases like Issues and Controversies and EBSCO. Issues and Controversies, I got a lot of mine from there because it shows a pro and con to the articles. So it allows them to show the ups and downs of the argument they're making.
Okay. And then what advice would you have for other researchers who are considering this topic?
My advice for other researchers is, so as you can see in my presentation, I looked at the economics mostly. I looked at the numbers more than opinions. So at the end, I said that $30,000 are being taken out in student loans. So instead of using opinion-based evidence, I would rather use statistics and numbers to provide a better standpoint.
Thank you.